Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, and I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for my voice now, I'm dealing with a cold. We are going to make the cutest little 4th of July stars if you're hosting a party or you want to make something because you decorate your house for 4th of July. These will be simple, quick, it doesn't take much. I got majority of my stuff from Hobby Lobby, of course when all of it's half off, except for my building blocks, which I got from the Dollar Tree. So what we are going to do is I am first going to place Mod Podge on all 4 of my stars because this will need to dry before we do anything to it, and I probably will take a heat gun as well, just to make the process a little more fast. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and just place Mod Podge, an even coat of Mod Podge, over all of your stars. So once you have all of your stars with Mod Podge, you're gonna let it dry or take a blow dryer or whatever after it, just to make sure that everything is dry. You can always do the method where you place Mod Podge down, place whatever you're going to be putting on there, whatever paper you're going to be putting on there, and then allowing that to dry, putting another coat over it. But I prefer this one. I don't know why, I just like it better. So I have 4 pieces of Patriotic 4th of July paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to be placing those on both these stars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my paper down. Then I'm going to grab my parchment paper. I'm going to lay it down on top of that. And then I'm gonna grab my iron and I'm just gonna heat that Mod Podge up until it adheres to, the paper adheres to the star. And I'm going to do that on all 4 of my stars. Alright, so now that we have the paper that's adhered onto all of the stars, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go and I'm just going to rough cut the star, because once we get done rough cutting the star, then I'm going to take a sanding block to get the rest of the paper off. So all we have is the star. So once you have your star cut, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your sanding block or a piece of sandpaper, or you could just cut it as close as you can. Either way, whatever works for you. And you're going to move your sanding block in a down. All right, and that is what you're left with. You have a cute little star. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to go ahead and do that to every single one of the stars. All right, so now you have all of your stars pretty, and you have them sanded down. I want to add a little bit of distress to them. I want them to look kind of older, not so just white paper. So I'm going to take my distressed Oxide, and I am going to just go around the edges. So I'll just put some on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges. I'll take it in the middle, take the white away just a little bit, just to make it look more used and not so bright. And now you can see the difference of it. It's not a huge difference. You still get everything, but now you just get another element of just worn, and it just makes it look better to me. I use Distress Oxide a lot. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from Hobby Lobby. I believe Walmart even has it. They even have the spray kind, and I use it on a lot of my projects. So what I'm gonna do is I will go through and I will do the same process to the rest of the stars. All right, and there we have it. It gives it a little bit of extra touch, pulls out a little bit of that white. That way it's just not too much for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and set those aside. Now I want to add just a little like messy bow in the corner of these stars, which I want them to kind of mimic fireworks. So I have no 4th of July ribbon. So I found, which I got these at Hobby Lobby as well, the sheer ribbons in the wedding section. So what I am going to do is I am going to cut off a piece of ribbon, probably two red, 2 blue, which you could use whatever color you want to use. And this is wired ribbon, and we are going to take out the wire that is inside the ribbon. And I'd rather them kind of long, and then if I need to, I can cut them shorter if I need to. But like I said, I want them to mimic like a firework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that wire out. You just got to pull down on the ribbon and that wire comes right out. So we're going to pull those wires out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these into 4 pieces, just thin strips. And if they fray, I'm not worried about it, because I want it to be messy anyways, because it'll go with the 4th of July firework that I'm aiming for. So it doesn't need to be perfect. I just cut them into little strips. This is 1.5 inch ribbon. You could use any ribbon. You'll just have to cut them in more strips. So I'm going to do that to each one of these. Alright, so once you have your little pieces cut, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut an extra long one, because that's how we're going to tie this bow together. And technically I only need this centerpiece, so I'm just going to cut a piece of this centerpiece out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that centerpiece that I just cut out, and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm just going to stack these ribbons, these pieces that I cut, in like an X shape. So I'm going to put a blue, and then I'll put a red, and then I'm just going to go back and forth in an X shape The one that had the wire in it doesn't like to sit down. So we'll work with it. Making sure that you pay attention because this is going to be the part where you tie it. All right, so once you have all of your ribbon where they need to be, you're gonna take this middle part and you're just gonna tie it together. I'm just gonna be careful because this ribbon moves a lot. So I'm gonna hold it down in that middle a little bit, and you're just gonna tie it together. Tie it as tight as you can without ripping your ribbon. I'm gonna double knot it. And now we have just this cute little messy, kind of reminds me of a firework. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to the back of this right here. Just gonna add a small bit of hot glue. And I'm gonna place it wherever you wanna place it. I think I'm gonna place it right here. Hold it down for a minute to let it dry. And there you have it, like a cute little bow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make 3 of these to place on the rest of the stars. All right, so we have all of our stars done. They absolutely turned out so cute. I'm in love with them, I ain't gonna lie. So what I want to do now is I want to add these blocks to the back of the stars. As you can see, I already did this one, and I just glued 2 blocks long ways to the back of the star. That way, when you go to set them up, because I'm going to put them on my counter, I don't want to have to worry about leaning them up against something. So I literally can just set it down and leave it alone. If you would like, and you don't like the back looking like this, you can paint it blue, you can paint it red, you can paint it white, you can paint it whatever you want to paint it. I'm not worried about the back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the other blocks to the rest of these. So what I did is I just flipped it around, and the hard part is tilting it just enough to where it leans back. Doesn't show. So I'm going to go ahead and apply one first and just hold this one there because we got to work quick. We all know it dries quick. I'm going to hold it there long enough for it to dry. Okay, now that that one's there, I'm going to take this second one, apply hot glue, and do the same process. I'm going to put it down real quick, make sure it's even, and hold it down until it dries. So now you have 2 easy stands that you can set it up and you don't have to worry about it. All right, and there you have it. 4 simple, very quick 4th of July. I mean, these would look gorgeous if you're having a party and you're decorating and you're having people over. These are so cute. I love them. So thank you for spending some time with me and doing this craft. I hope you all have a great day. Make sure if you enjoy watching my videos and you like these cute little crafts that we just put together, because sometimes I just like to build stuff and I don't want to go spend, you know, a lot of money to decorate my house for a lot of the holidays. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all next week.